twitched as she fought a smile. "Please tell us the story, Evangeline. We promise not to interrupt." "Very good." With practiced ease, Evangeline slid her lithe fingers along the needles, weaving wool into a lovely scarf of petal pink, my favorite color. Pip's scarf, bright white like freshly fallen snow, already rested in the basket. "Though you still have paint on your face, darling, be a lamb and wash for me, will you?" She waited until Pippa finished scrubbing her cheeks before continuing. "Right then. Les éternels. They're born in the ground, cold as bone and just as strong, without heart or soul or mind, only impulse, only lust." She said the word with unexpected relish. "The first one came to our kingdom from a faraway land, living in the shadows, spreading her sickness to the people here, infecting them with her magic." Pip resumed brushing my hair. "What kind of magic?" My nose crinkled as I tilted my head. "What is lust?" Evangeline pretended not to hear me. "The worst kind of magic, darlings. The absolute worst kind." The wind rattled the windows, eager for the story, as Evangeline paused dramatically. Except Bertie rolled over with a warbled howl at precisely the same moment, ruining the effect. Evangeline cut the hound an exasperated look. "The kind that requires blood, requires death." Pippa and I exchanged a covert glance. "Dame Rouge," I heard her breathe in my ear, nearly indiscernible. "Red ladies." Our father had spoken of them once, the strangest and rarest of the occultists who plagued Belterra. He'd thought we hadn't heard him with the funny man in his study, but we had. "What are you whispering?" Evangeline asked sharply, stabbing her needles in our direction. "Secrets are quite rude, you know." Pip lifted her chin. She'd forgotten that ladies do not scowl either. "Nothing, Evangeline." "Yes," I echoed instantly. "Nothing, Evangeline." Her gaze narrowed. "Plucky little things, aren't you? Well, I should tell you that Les Éternels love plucky little girls like you. They think you're the sweetest." The exhilaration in my chest twisted slightly at her words, and gooseflesh erupted down my neck at the stroke of my sister's brush. I scooted to the edge of my seat, eyes wide. "Do they really?" "Of course they don't." Pip dropped her brush on the armoire with more force than necessary. With the sternest of expressions, she turned my chin to face her. "Don't listen to her, Célie. She lies." "I most certainly do not," Evangeline said emphatically. "I'll tell you the same as my mother told me. Les Éternels stalk the streets by moonlight, preying on the weak and seducing the immoral. That's why we always sleep at nightfall, darlings, and always say our prayers." When she continued, her lyrical voice rose in cadence, as familiar as the nursery rhyme she hummed every evening. Her needles click-click-clicked in the silence of the room, and even the wind fell still to listen. "Always wear a silver cross, and always walk in pairs, with holy water on your neck and hallowed ground your feet. When in doubt, strike up a match and burn them with its heat." I sat up a little straighter. My hands trembled. "I always say my prayers, Evangeline, but I drank all of Philippa's milk at dinner while she wasn't looking. Do you think that made me sweeter than her? Will the bad people want to eat me?" "Ridiculous." Scoffing, Pippa threaded her fingers through my hair to replait it. Though she was clearly exasperated, her touch remained gentle. She tied the raven strands with a pretty pink bow and draped it over my shoulder. "As if I'd ever let anything happen to you, Célie." At her words, warmth expanded in my chest, a sparkling surety. Because Philippa never lied. She never snuck treats or played tricks or said things she didn't mean. She never stole my milk. She would never let anything happen to me. The wind hovered outside for another second, scratching at the panes once more, impatient for the rest of the story, before passing on unsatisfied. The sun slipped fully beneath the skyline as an autumn moon rose overhead.